I used to think simple was boring, but this hairstyle made me fall in love with keeping it easy.
Guys, I hate this part and it's gonna come out so nice. You're gonna see how this all comes together.
I used to think simple was boring, but this hairstyle made me fall in love with keeping it easy. And I'm gonna give it to you step by step along the way. Hi guys, I'm 𝘠𝑩𝑦𝑚𝑦𝑥, and today all you'll really need is hair gel, a spray bottle, 5 rubber bands, a brush, and a parting comb. So let's get to it.
First things first, we are going to wet and detangle our hair. We want to make sure our hair is nice and saturated so that way it's easy to work with. I personally have a low porosity hair, so I need to add in a lot of water and I need to really comb it through so that way everything gets nice and damp and it's easy to, once again, work with. Now, I am using a wide tooth comb because I feel like it does not pull on my hair as I'm detangling, and it kind of makes it easy to maneuver. But if you guys have any tips or suggestions or even product mentions when it comes to detangling your hair, I would love to hear it. I'm all about improving and making my hair care such an easy process. So yeah, just detangle everything out. You want this to be nice and smooth and easy to work with because next we're gonna need it. And when I say need it, I meant it, because we are getting to parting our hair. And guys, I hate this part so much. If you hate it too, let me know down in the comments below. Or if you love it, I want to see a little heart emoji or something. But yeah, I hate parting my hair. And before I was so bad at it, but the more I kept doing it, the better I got. And hopefully one day soon I will be a pro. But if you got to keep running that comb back through your hair just to get it right, feel free to do so. So once we separate the top half from the bottom half of our hair, we just gotta tie that back so it doesn't get in the way. And then from here, we're just gonna split the top half between left and right and kind of get that out the way so we could really work some magic with our hair. And y'all see me, I'm trying my best to get this perfect. And even from here is not that perfect, but it's doable. So now that we have a quarter of our hair put together, we're just gonna split this in half and then we're gonna make it work, right? So see, sometimes I get the parting really good really quickly. Like, well, not here. But you see what I mean. So once we have this sectioned off, we could finally start styling. When it comes to styling our hair, all we're gonna need is just a brush to make it nice and smooth, and then rubber bands. Total rubber bands is just 5. You could put them in any color you want, or you could have them in black or clear, whatever works for you, whatever makes you the most happy. So now that we have this section tied up, we're just gonna braid it down. This braid, I will let you know in advance, is so you could style it and put some jewelry or whatever in your hair, but also so that way we're keeping it out of our face, giving room for volume, fun, and happiness and joy and whatever comes. I am actually not putting a rubber band at the end. I'm just brushing it with my Dead Man brush so that way it has a nice little loose curl at the end. And then for this other section, we are just going to brush it out because we're going to twist it. See, nice smooth little twist, and it's gonna come out so nice. You're gonna see how this all comes together. Just be aware of the direction that you're twisting it in, because the other side ideally should be in the opposite direction. So that's a little hint. You guys just stay with me because it's gonna get so much nicer from here. I promise. So we're just gonna repeat on the other side. Once again, just part that section. Look how beautiful that was. That was so easy, so quick. I tell you, the more you practice, the better you're gonna get at parting your hair. And now once again, just brush everything. Try to make sure that these two parts, the ones all the way at the end, are leveled out, because you don't want to look like you have one side too high and the other side too low. It's gonna just make you look lopsided. So just check it, even it out, and then braid it all down. It does not have to be perfect with this, but honestly, this part is just so easy to do because it's just one simple straight braid and it's not attached to your scalp as it's going down. So look at that, and we'll just curl out the ends so it's nice and smooth. And then do you guys remember which side you twisted it on? Because we are going in the opposite direction now. So just like that, and you could see how it all comes out together. And I had to actually do it over because this side is harder for me to twist on the other side. I'm not perfect, I mess up, guys, but I did get it right then and there. Just put it right up. And now to add a little bit of height to our hair, we're just gonna take another rubber band and we're gonna just put those two parts together, the twisty parts, and then we're gonna kind of twist through that hole that they make so that way the hair just goes straight up for volume. Alright, we have finally made it to my favorite part of doing my hair, which is defining my curls. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush out my damp hair, make sure to run a little bit of a light hold gel because I want volume. If you want volume, remember, try to keep your products lightweight so that way it's not pulling your hair down and not being too heavy. And also make sure you brush up and completely turn the brush around as you're brushing so that way the flat back of your brush kind of smooths out those curls, preventing the frizz. So when it comes to my hair, I'm just adding just a little bit of gel and just adding in that extra definition with that Denman brush. I'm also just making sure that I am brushing upwards and doing it in sections so that way my curls can have nice definition going throughout. Now there are some parts where my hair is a little bit dry, but that's what our spray bottle is for. Just damp it up and then get to work with brushing those curls and defining those curls. Just once again, make sure whatever product you are using, it is lightweight. Why? Because the heavier the product or the more excessive use of product, the heavier your hair is going to be, and then the curls are just not going to bounce up. It might look really defined, it might look beautiful, but it won't have volume. And then as you can see, I've touched up with water over and over and over again throughout this whole thing just to make sure that my curls are popping, because that's what we want, right? Now this last step is optional, but if you want to, you can absolutely diffuse your hair. Just make sure to take your time with it and not be too aggressive. If not, you could always just let it air dry. That works just as well.
Alright guys, so this is the final hairstyle now that my hair has been diffused. As you can see, the curls are popping, and then on top of that, if you guys want to add any hair jewelry, those two braids that we did on the side are perfect for adding that in so that way nothing slips out. I really love this because it pulls my hair away from my face, giving my face time to shine, time to glow and everything, but it still keeps my curls. And because I did not go all the way back, you see here, my curls are allowed to be full, fluffy, and amazing. And then this part on top just adds to the volume of the hair. So just really nice, really defined, really curled. So let me know if this tutorial was easy for you to follow, if you want more tutorials like this, or even just what happened when you tried this hairstyle. Let me know all down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. So bye guys, see you next time.